up with a very strong and very athletic 5. Playing with a 3-guard lineup.
As we were saying, Bill, there is a good-sized crowd here inside the San Juan Arena. The fullest I've ever seen this place. There is a sea of blue, but an ocean of red.
Yes. Holding foul on Guevara, who is tasked to stop Oji Menor, but let's see what the call is. And you're going to see letran foul a lot in this game, I think.
That's true. They just don't want San Beda to get any sort of momentum early on.
Escobar being guarded by Hazul. That's a very good matchup there. Escobar, for a while, was coming off the bench, but with the importance of this game, he's a starter. Hermida escaping. Reposar didn't know what hit him.
Definitely could take the slower Reposar off the dribble.
Del Rosario under a lot of pressure early in this game. Pick and roll does not materialize. Guevara against Escobar. It's off the mark. Ekwe with his first board.
Letran better be careful if, not to settle too much for outside shots, because they're not going to get second chance opportunities, not with Ekwe on the floor.
You said it. 2-0. Question for you, Butch. Will Letran want to run today?
Well, napansin natin, itong San Beda, although they do have a pretty good lineup, Franklin is hesitant to go beyond his 9th, 10th player. So any sort of pace might force San Beda to substitute a bit more liberally in this ballgame, which is to the advantage of Letran.
And someone who's really pumped to do this game, Pia Boren, reports on the Red Lions. Pia?
Yes, Bill, this is the team to watch in the game to watch. And Coach Frankie Lim is well aware that all eyes are on him and on the Red Lions. And Coach is not one to take things for granted. So you can expect a lot of adjustments that include a new play. Now they are expecting the Knights to come out strong after the loss. And the first order for today is not only to match, but surpass this intensity. To win, the Red Lions must play with no lapses, no hesitation, no fear. And just before leaving the dugout, Coach Frankie boosted the boys' excitement, saying, "This is the game we've been waiting for. Let's go out there and show them what we're made of." Bill, back to you.
All right, the last missing obstacle in the first round, the Letran Knights. That was our Samsung courtside update. With Samsung, it's not that hard to imagine. Missed free throws, messed up alley-oop for Letran at the other end. Hermida, broken fast break. Al-Jamal.
Letran seems to be taking some unnecessary gambles here in the early going, Bill.
There's a switch. Reposar. Not this time for Hermida. Del Rosario pushing it up. 4 white shirts waiting for him. He pulls out.
And if you notice, Bill, the ball hasn't really gone through Hazul yet until now.
Firing a three-pointer. It goes!
If there's one guy San Beda really has to watch out for in this ballgame, it's RJ Hazul.
Oh, yes. You see Al-Jamal getting going early, and sometimes he is the barometer of San Beda.
The thing is, the Red Lions are so loaded, they can even afford to have a bad game from Al-Jamal and still win comfortably.
Ekwe snuffs out that shot by Guevara. Almost a steal, or rather an interception by Hazul.
I don't know, Ekwe seems to be complaining about something.
Well, he was giving Menor some additional instructions, as if they haven't had enough already. Al-Jamal from three-point range, that's long.
Now that is something that if Letran can force San Beda to take these long shots, they will have a better chance of clearing the board.
And a lot of the alumni of both schools and even former players are in attendance today. We'll check attendance in just a short while. Paundo taking it over Al-Jamal. It does not drop. Hermida, the smallest guy on the floor with the rebound. 4-3, San Beda.
You see that Ekwe is laboring a bit as he tries to make his way down the floor, and still very early in the game.
3 different Red Lions have scored already. 6-3. Letran has to be a little more careful with his shot selection. Del Rosario sloppy with the basketball. Hazul attacking the basket, drops out to Paundo, fakes off Ekwe and will get a foul. Ekwe caught him with the body, and now at the other end of the court, the Letran Knights have Aika Liabe to report on them. Aika?
After their first defeat this season, the Knights are just itching to bounce back. In their game last Friday against JRU, letran started out flat, and some of the key players got into some foul troubles. Now, Coach Louis is reminding the Knights not to make the unnecessary fouls, instead they should foul for profit. Communication lines should always be open inside the court, especially for Kirk Del Rosario or whoever the guard has to call the plays. Big men like Brian Faundo are urged by Coach Louis to be decisive. No room for hesitations and second thoughts, he says. Contain the starters of San Beda and limit their point production early on. Lastly, the Knights are told not to take much of the points. They just have to play hard basketball and compete with the Red Lions. Bill?
All right, keep it close. That was our Samsung courtside update with Samsung. It's not that hard to imagine. Hermida's been doing that all the first quarter. Faundo with the rebound. He made both free throws earlier. 1 point lead for the Red Lions.
Kung may nakita butas talaga sa depensa ng letran itong si Hermida, it's just one of 3 so far. It looks like Ekwe is having some trouble getting up on his feet.
Miss on the layup. 6-5 still. Both teams with some jitters. Kojak Melegrito, a more stable and seasoned point guard, comes in for the Knights.
Although this might mean the ball will be more in the hands of RJ Azul.
Yes.
Melegrito is more of a shooting guard even though he is shorter.
They tried the alley-oop to Guevara. It's off the mark. Long lead pass, almost stolen, but Escobar saves it.
Escobar is such a smart and heady player.
Sets up Honor beautifully, and you do not give him the baseline. 3-point lead anew for the Red Lions. They're just sitting back, waiting for the attack. Faundo against the smaller Al-Jamal. Reposar open for 3.
Maybe not really his shot.
And already, Sam Ekwe has 4 rebounds. Still have 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Hermida again sneaking in. Faundo says that's enough. Azul with an escape. Breaking down the defense. Layup rolls off the rim.
Maybe he should have used the backboard that time.
Escobar ahead of the pack. Jump stop. He's fouled and makes it. Talk about smarts.
I've said this often, when Escobar is on the floor, he's often the smartest player inside the hard court.
The Red Lions will call a timeout. They are up by 5. We have a Samsung timeout, to be precise. With Samsung, it's not that hard to imagine. 5 and 10 remaining. Neither team in penalty. We shall return.
You're getting a...
I think Ekwe's the only guy who hasn't scored.
That is true.
But he is doing the cleanup job.
Oh, yes. 11-5. Pushing foul on Al-Jamal. And a mismatch against Azul.
Well, so far only 1 substitution in this ball game, with Melegrito coming in for Del Rosario.
Well, you can expect San Beda to really ride its starters. Guevara being given quite a responsibility here. Going over Ekwe. Al-Jamal gets the rebound. They